Hey, what's up guys, it's Karate Fox, and today I'm going to be showing you the China Railway CRH2A, and we have two versions. This is the late version and the early production model of it, and these are basically based on the E2 series Shinkansen from Japan, and Kawasaki Heavy Industries. They transferred the high-speed technology to China. I believe the first three train sets were made in Japan and like the rest were made in China. And this is actually a commission by Victor, so thanks to him for making this video possible. If you guys are interested in commissioning a build, check out the link in the description. So when I first got started on this build, I thought it was going to be easy, reskin of the E2, but it turns out there's a lot more complexity in the Chinese version of it than I thought. And even these two versions, they're different from each other, so it's like a completely differently detailed train. So basically we have an 8-car train set, and yeah, let's go over the early version of it first. So the main difference between the early and the late version is basically this tall thing on top of the end cars, and it's actually a signal antenna. Even the Japanese E2, it doesn't have that. And the late version of the CRH2A doesn't have it. Instead, it's more flat on top. Well, they still have like little bits here in the middle. And then another difference between the early and the late version is that the early version, they have the cab door for the driver right here, while the late version, they actually removed it. Instead, they have this window over here near the cab. In the front, it has some letters that says Hexie, which basically means harmony. Anyways, let's go down the train. We have some vents here on the side, the windows, and the windows are actually different on this car, at least this end. So they made the window pillars for this a little bit thicker, so I try to have to space the windows out more, which is one of the little things that you don't really realize until you're actually, building the thing. And then we have the CRH China High Speed Rail logo, and then this says Hexie, I think, again, and the sides. Yeah, another difference between the two cars is like the original one, they didn't really have like an indent in between the cars, while the newer production model, they have like this little indent right here. And that's actually what they had on the E2 series. So I don't know why they made it like straight across like that. Maybe it's like simpler. Also, another difference is like the amount of windows you see on the older one. There's like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 windows. Well, if you look on the newer one, there's 9 windows, so 2, 4, 6, 8, and then it's 9, so that's another difference. The differences between the cars, another difference is like the insulators on top, they're covered on the original one. On the late production model, they're kind of exposed, which is, I don't know why they would do that. I don't know, maybe it's easier maintenance or something. Who knows? And then the pantographs, they're actually different from the Japanese E2 series Shinkansen because they have like 3 rails on the Chinese one, while the Japanese one in real life, there's only like one thin bar here in the middle. And also the Chinese pantographs, they are taller and they have like this twin diagonal that merges over here, while Japanese is just like a single pole that goes down. The Chinese one also does have like this dome here. This is actually a camera to monitor the pantograph, so in real life it's a little bit of a diagonal, and it's looking where the pantograph is. You can see it on that one. And if we go further down the car, we have like that connection thing that's going on. Same thing in the original E2, but colored white. In the newer one, they just have it exposed like that. And then, we have like this pantograph again. Now, I realized when I was building this, the pantograph systems are actually different per car. So you see this car, the pantograph's facing that way, so look at all of this. The arrangement is different from the front one, which looks like this and faces the other direction. And then you see this part, it's kind of leaning towards the side. Well, if you look on this one, it's all in the middle part. Then we go further down along in the car. Here's what it looks like on the side. And this end car is going to be different from the front one. You see these ones, they're like normal window space, not like super wide like in the front version of it. You see the newer one, they don't have that door right there, while the older one, they do have this door here. So yeah, lots of little minor details that make the difference between the E2 Shinkansen versus the CRH2A early version and the late version. Now, Victor actually said it's okay, so I don't have to have a tutorial on this, which I'm grateful for because it would be really hard to do a tutorial on this whole train, especially if there's like 2 versions like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go across the whole entire train with my camera, and then you guys can build it if you want to, and I'll even give you the dimensions of it. So if you see this first train car, it's going to be 39 blocks long. So if we measure this, 39, and then we have a space here, and then the intermediate cars, they're going to be 38 blocks. So 39, 38. Same thing with the older one. So let's go first off on, I guess the original one. You can have a look here on the side, what looks like. It was kind of painstaking. You know, it's the hardest part of making high-speed trains. And then here's a look at the pantograph system, just in case. We'll probably go look at that at the end. Here's another car right here, and then here's the next car, and then here's the next car. So you see these windows here are actually smaller than the other windows. They're like single windows. And then here's what it looks like on this side. Again, single windows. Well, over here we have like these double wide windows. Here's a look at the pantograph system. I used a little bit of hacks to put the lever there though, just to make it look more attached. Here's what it looks like on this side. Yeah, I mostly actually base this off references on YouTube. It's funny, like all the train videos of Chinese trains on YouTube are just made by foreigners, like these Japanese people, Indonesian, and like an American guy. And then here is the newer one, and here's the newer Hoshihao. Let's go look on the side of this. Yeah, these things are wider right over here, so kind of like 3 wide windows like that. I had to make the window spacing correct. And here's what it looks like. And for the doorways, I actually added like a quartz slab in here, so it looks like it's a little more detailed. And also, like, don't forget when you're building this, there's like an indent there. And then here's the next car. This one's a little bit different from the other ones. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's like a cafe car or something. But I don't know. I don't really study or know how to speak or read Chinese, so I wouldn't know. Mainly, I get all the information from like Wikipedia, or just ask Victor questions about it. And apparently, like, some version of these have like brand advertisements like written on top of the windows for some reason, which I don't know why. Look at this car. Interesting design. And then we're making our way to the other side. Yeah, definitely this train is quite a lot to make. Alright, and then here's what it looks like in the front. Alright, now let's take a look at the roof part. Here's the spacing. It's maybe like 3 blocks of space between all that. And here's what it looks like. Next car. The next one right here. Yeah, this power system is different from the other one. You notice, got Laffy in the way. And if you're wondering the distance between this part and this part, it is 8 blocks in between that. And the camera, and then we have this part. Then we have the other system. There's like a little snow layer here. That's what that looks like. And then the rest of the car, it's kind of plain and simple over here. Alright, and then if we look on this train, the original one, just in case I haven't gone over it, pause the video to build it if you want to. There might be like someone who's actually going to make a tutorial of this. Hopefully, give me credit though. But yeah, here's a look at the rest of the train, and that should be pretty much it on all you need to build the CRH2A. I hope you guys enjoy this. I don't know how many people from China are actually going to watch this because I'm posting this on YouTube. But yeah, thanks again to Victor for commissioning this build, making this video possible. If you guys are interested in commissioning a build from me, check out the link in the description, and just send me an email if you have any questions. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one.